Hi everyone, welcome to my remade first daily edition. In this daily edition, I'll be trying my best to improve and fix all the mistakes that I did in the previous daily edition. So let's try again. So there are two main parts in my first daily edition. Firstly, it's going to be my revisions for last week and my work for this week. Now, for my revisions last week, my first challenge was actually doing the research for the main work and the DE2, because the last week's topic that I covered was for the main work, it was patterns in the creative industries, and for the DE2, it was the media design, like the pages design and how to design the pages for my website. Now, the reason why I struggled on these was because of the practical research. Most of my presentations, or basically my plan, has been laid out for theoretical presentation. However, the requirements for my work to continue progressing and reach new levels is to present them in practical terms, which meant that my research on the main work, the patterns in the creative industries, the life cycle of a trend, and basically how a page on my website helps attract customers, increase or decrease the bounce rate, etc. So that was the thing that I struggled the most in my work last week. Now for the meeting, as last meeting I was the leader. I feel like I've improved a lot on keeping the flow of the meeting without Mrs. Pratt, and I've also tried my best to actively lead the meeting efficiently. However, one of the things that I haven't done well is make sure that my comments and my ability to discuss aren't really detailed enough, meaning that last meeting I only got to the 35 to 40 minute mark instead of the 1 hour mark that was expected by Mrs. Pratt. So what can I improve on from last week? Firstly, be able to understand more about what I'm working on, especially for the main work and the DE2 as well as the DE3, because firstly, the DE3 is very important because it gives us the mathematical practical skills that help us understand more of the content in the main work and the second daily edition that help us finish our work more effectively. Secondly is for my meeting, in which I need to try my best to increase the level of discussion in the meeting when I am leader, in order to make the meeting more interesting, more participated in, and in general more active. Now, I'm going to be talking about my work for this week. My work for this week focuses on two things. Firstly is the main work, and second is the D2. Now, my main work here is algorithms for identifying trends. The reason why I've moved on to this topic is that last week I talked about patterns in the creative industries, and I talked about the life cycle of a trend. However, I haven't talked about the topic on how to identify a trend, and that is why my main work this week will be the algorithms for identifying trends, as it will be a continuation and a supporting factor in continuing my business model. Next is going to be my D2, media design. In this, I'll be talking about the aspects, the factors, and the general things that are needed in order to make the pages of a website stand out, especially and specifically in my industry. So that was all for my remade first daily edition, and I think I improved a lot since the last one, so thank you for listening.